Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 4 Reasons review, where I give you 4 reasons to buy and 4 reasons to skip a game, all based on my own gameplay. I am Mitchables, and today we're going to be reviewing Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. A little bit about this game. Prince of Persia is a 2D Metroidvania action-adventure game where you play as Sargon, an immortal who goes on a quest to rescue Prince Ghassan. This game is developed by Ubisoft and it was released in January of 2024. Let's get right into it. Reason number one to buy Prince of Persia is that the combat is insanely fast and smooth. This is without a doubt the number one reason to play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. The combat is so fast paced and it has dodges, parries, cinematic counters, and so many combos to absolutely decimate enemies. You can either use special abilities to wipe them out or juggle them in the air for what feels like hours and unleash a million hits on them. The combat in this game is so fun and so exciting. Reason number two to buy Prince of Persia is that the bosses provide a tough yet fun challenge. So this game has a good number of boss fights and every one of them feels unique. You may explore into the wrong area and all of a sudden you are fighting a super cool side boss that has different moves and has a different setting as the last boss. In these kind of games, the kind of cartoony Metroidvanias, the bosses can feel way too easy, but that's not the case here. You will find yourself yelling at the screen with some of these bosses because they provide a really hard challenge. Reason number three to buy Prince of Persia is that the map and level design encourages exploration. It can be tough to create an intricate map with a side-scrolling game, but Ubisoft absolutely nails it here. There are so many side areas and dungeons to explore, and all of them have their own challenges and usually a boss waiting for you at the end. There's a great enemy variety in these different places, and the traversal is so fun that you want to keep exploring. I loved entering and discovering new areas in this game because of how much there was to learn and find in each area. Now, reason number four to buy Prince of Persia: the platforming and the traversal are top notch. So the main reason that your character is so powerful in this game is because of his speed, and that gets told in the story multiple times. It is no secret, and it's absolutely on full display with the traversal. If there's a huge wall to scale or a bunch of beams that lead upward into a different area, you will get there faster than you can imagine. The fast and fluid traversal goes hand in hand with the map and encourages players to explore. Now, 4 reasons to potentially skip Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Reason number one is just that the 2D side-scrolling gameplay is not for everybody. It's no knock on the game itself, it's just the way the game is created and played, and that's not for everybody. So if you're a big fan of open worlds with tons of characters, this game is not for you. The 2D Metroidvania model is a very niche gameplay style, and it's not for everybody. It's a specific critique, but it needs to be mentioned when you're thinking about buying this game or not. Reason number two to skip Prince of Persia is that there's no music and there's very little sound effects throughout the world. So this game has almost no music throughout, which can leave it feeling a little bit empty. So in open world games, you can hear, the leaves on trees ruffling or the crash of waves on the ocean. But that is not in this game. There's almost no sound effects when traversing throughout the story, and I believe they could have capitalized on it because there's some really cool areas and settings that they just don't capitalize on with the sound design. Now, reason number three to skip Prince of Persia is that there is very little character depth. This is not a story-driven game. It's all about the combat, the traversal, the exploration. It's not about the story. Sargon is a part of the group called the Immortals, which are the world's best warriors, essentially. And they have really cool designs, but they have very little emotional depth, and it seems like not much time was put into them. The story also has some holes in it, which will leave players frustrated, confused, and if you're a fan of rich stories and characters, this game's not for you. Reason number four to skip Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown: the runbacks can be long and difficult. So the runbacks in this game can be difficult, and you also have to remember exactly where you're going. One of the positives of this game is the large map and how much you can explore, but that also goes against you with the runbacks because you have to remember where you're going. And this can be annoying after a few times because you have the same enemies in your way and you don't have a way to go around them. It's a side-scrolling game. It's not open world where you can just take a big, long path around them. You have to go through them. Sargon is very fast, which helps, but the long runbacks in this game are frustrating, especially when the enemies, pack a good punch and deal a lot of damage, and they are very tough in this game. So that is 4 reasons to buy Prince of Persia: Lost Crown and 4 reasons to skip Prince of Persia. And if you love a Sekiro style combat that's fast, fluid, and you love good combat, this game is for you. But if you love rich stories and vast open worlds, this game is not for you. So, what do you think? Is Prince of Persia: Lost Crown worth playing in 2025 with it almost being 2 years old? Let me know down in the comments. But this is Mitchell Bowles' 4 Reasons review, and thank you for watching.